Guys, how's it going? All right, so what we're doing in this video obviously is not a review. I just want to showcase this GUNYA 1 tent. Now it's a one-man tent, light hiker's tent if you want to call it. I'm calling it a bloody motorcycle camping tent. I've got to get it out of the bag, hang on. Rightio guys, so this is it. It's the GUNYA 1 and it's outdoor connection. Now I've got call it a long association with these style of tents. There's another two tents that I've previously sold, which was another manufacturer. They closed down their business. This outdoor connection we found after, I don't know, bloody must have been nearly a year since the other one stopped it. They've picked up this tent, they've made a few alterations. This particular tent we never sold. This is it's a bit of a different one. And I thought, we'll just get them in and we'll see what they're like. Because I always thought a two-man tent for motorcycle riders, because they normally come with a vestibule and you've got a little bit of extra room inside the tent for all your gear and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, I thought I'd give it a shot. I bloody set it up in the man cave at home, and I was surprised at how bloody good it is. So this is going to be, I think, something that I'm going to start using. So the other two tents that I'm talking about, which are the Hauqua 2 and the Hauqua 3, two-man tent, three-man tent. I've had the Hauqua 2, and I actually had, before they were Hauqua, they were from Huon Light, or it was I don't know, another company had this tent. So this tent just keeps getting brought back to life. It's a brilliant tent, and I've had the original for 10 years, and I've been using it, and it's still in good condition. Or each different manufacturer that has, or not the manufacturer, but the distributor here in Australia that picks up from the manufacturer, they're all using exactly the same materials, the sealed seams and all that kind of ripstop bloody stuff. So let's stop banging on about those other ones. This is what we're doing. Now this is pack up size, 41 centimeters from there to there. And if you were to guess that, not guess it, it's 14 centimeters in diameter across there. It weighs, the manufacturer says 1.8 kilograms. I've weighed them because I know nothing is ever what the manufacturers tell you. This actually weighs in at 1.95 kilograms. Rightio, let's get it out. Rightio, so it just comes in a bag. It's not a compression bag or anything like that. Call it a stuff bag if you want. Pull it all out. Now, another good thing with this particular tent is it has it comes with a ground sheet, which is brilliant. So we've got the fly, we've got our poles. Another good thing with the poles is that it's all one thing. You don't have two poles, three poles, or it's one continuous thing, which we'll see. They supply you with pegs, and they're actually those, we'll see them in a minute. I've got this bit here, I don't know what this is. We'll put that in there. And then of course we've got the inner tent, which is that bit there, and that is the ground sheet. I've had this out once, that's something that you tie up. But the way that I normally do my tent when I carry it, I don't carry it in the bag that it comes in. I have the big Wolfman bag up the top there, that everything goes in that. All right, let's start bloody setting this up. Oh, one other thing, I've actually brought a blow-up sleeping mattress, a Cedar Summit, but I've also brought the, what do they call that? The Halinox cot. So that's a large cot. I want to see if I can get that in there. I brought me sleeping bags and pillows, just so we can see it set up and you kind of like get an idea of the space that's in there. I've only set this up once and I haven't put anything in there, so let's see. Rightio, so the first thing is the ground sheet. Ground sheet basically just protects the bottom of the tent. Just lay that out there like that. And the ground tent has these little, I'm not a fan of how these work, but that's how it attaches to the bottom. Rightio, so now we're grabbing the inner tent. Another good thing with this tent is that when it sets up, you can have your head there or your head there. So if you set up and you're thinking, you know, sometimes when you set your tent up and then you go to lie on it and you go, shit, my head's facing downhill. Well, in this tent, it doesn't matter. it has a door only on one side. So to get in and out of this tent, like a lot of the single ones, they'll have it coming in from there, which is a bit of a shitty thing. So this has a really big door. That's it for that. So I'll give you a close-up on these, so that we've got these, one of the poles are going to go in there, and then this little hook thing here will hook in onto there. Rightio, so now for the actual pole, that's it. Now that is one continuous, all joined together piece of kit. So like any pole system, you just slot all the bits and pieces in their spots. That, and hopefully, I don't know if you can see that, if I can get far enough back, so you can see that, just one total single thing. Pop the poles just into the little eyelets. Come here. There. That one in there. That's your poles. That's your poles done, easy as. And then, I love these, I'll bring you over. So, I mean, the thing that it's all the little things that just make the setup and pack down really quick. I love it's amazing, you just do a couple of little bits here and a little bits there, and you end up saving quite a lot of time. So now this has these things on it, which will go, oh, I'm trying to do this, oh, yeah, well, there you go, one-handed. So we'll put all them on. Righto, pop. Now obviously if you're, if you know that you're out somewhere and you're not going to have any rain and it's bloody hot, I mean you don't get much more ventilation than this. And of course it's the no-seam, that fine mesh, so none of the bugs or critters will bloody pop in. And then in the centre here we have this little Duvalaki thing, I'll show you that. That's it, that's the inner bit all done. So as you can see, that is your big door opening there, right on the side, brilliant. And the ground here is actually sloping up that way, so that's where you'd put your head. But if you were rushing and you've been riding all day and you bugger up and you orient this to be your head down there, well then you're kind of like screwed. Unless with this tent it doesn't matter which way you go. All right, so they've got this little bar thing. This actually swivels, I don't know what the purpose is. Oh no, so you can pack it up. They just loop in there, and you've got a little toggle thing that holds that up off there. There you go, that is it. Like, just brilliant. Now I'll show you these pegs. Now this is another good thing with this particular tent. You don't need pegs to do this, which is those other two that I was talking about. You need to peg it out before you put the poles in for it to hold itself out. But this just does it all by itself. These are the pegs, just little short ones, but they have that nice angle in it, which means that they'll be stronger than your normal ones. I don't think they're fantastic strong ones, I haven't tested that out, but I know any pegs that have that little corner in it will be a lot better than just your normal single ones. Rightio, so before I put the fly on, we'll just open this up. Oh. I mean, you can pull this all the way back like that. And there you go, that's a nice big bloody door. I'm 6 foot tall. No worries to hop in it. Lie down. Brilliant. The other thing, as we'll see most probably a bit further, is that like I can easily sit up in this. If it was raining and you're stuck somewhere, you know, like swags and stuff like that, they're just an absolute pain in the ass from that point of view. But you can actually sit in here because we have. Let's get the fly on. All right, I'll show you how these that ground sheet attaches to the tent. As you can see, it's, I don't know, I think it was an afterthought. They just kind of like, they don't fully clip in properly. I mean, it does the job, but I thought they could have come up with something a little bit better than that. So as it is, you can just, you know, move that whole thing around and everything just stays together. All right, so now let's whack on this fly. If I can remember which way the door is. That's the door side. Put that down there like that. Beautiful. So I'll show you. This is an upgrade, and the other two tents have the same thing, is these little buckles that just you click in like that to hold that down. Simple. There's some other little things as well, I'll show you. And these straps can be, what do you call it? Tightened and loosened. Now this does have 2 guy ropes. So I think the only time that you'd use that is if you had quite a lot of wind. Because this is small, narrow and high, it's actually 95 centimetres tall. You might want to peg it down, but not with the guy ropes. But I think doing the pegs on the bottom here will be enough. Rightio, so now you've got 2 options to peg on this vestibule. So depending on if I want to open that side and come in and out, I'll peg the other side, or vice versa. So what we'll do, I didn't think to bring a bloody hammer. But, let's pull that down there like that. Oh shit, that was easy. There we go, done. So that's it guys, that is fully erected, obviously apart from doing the guy ropes out. So that's how it looks. So that's the vestibule area. And then I've just put a peg in this bottom one just to hold that fly out off the inner tent. And in here, underneath that is the breathable section, so let condensation and all that kind of stuff. So this, you would most probably want to peg that out so you get some flow and let all that moisture come out so you don't get all condensation. Even if you do though, it's on the fly, not the inner tent. So it has the little Velcro, the little flap to stop the rain from coming in. It even has a clear plastic thing over that zipper, which hopefully... another great thing that I thought was bloody ripper, and that is, if I just fold this up, on a lot of tents they have those toggles, and you put the toggle through the bit of material. Wow, they've now got little clips. Man, no more. When it's always at night time, and you're fumbling around which way, and you end up bloody. You know what I'm talking about. All right, so that's it there. So as you can see, I mean that's my hand there. There's quite a lot of area there. I'd have no problems with sticking boots in there. You know, you're cooking bloody bits and pieces. What I like to do a lot of the time is the night before I go to bed is I set up my stove and my coffee and bits and pieces so in the morning I can basically make a coffee before really getting out of the tent. So that's the inside. Hopefully we can get it all. Oh. Now it obviously has a, where are you? There you are. So you got a little hanger thing there for a light or whatever you want to hang there. In each corner they have little pocket things, which is handy. And as I was saying, it doesn't matter what end you go, it's all the bloody same. So yeah, brilliant. It has the tall, what do you call it, the water, oh, I forget what they call that thing. They call it, I don't know, they call it a bathtub. So it's got a pretty high bathtub thing on it. All right, so now what I'm going to do is get the Halanox cot, the blow up bed thing and all the bits and pieces. We'll try it and see how all that fits in there, and then I'll jump in it, and there you go. Rightio, so I've got the Halanox cot. I have no idea if this is going to fit in. And I'm saying that is a no. Yeah, wow. So unless you set it up in there, but that's not gonna, I don't know how I knock that out. Up there. There. Yeah, so it would actually fit that way. And it would fit that way. But the door is too small, the opening's too small, so I'd say if you've got a Halanox, don't do it. I don't think trying to set a Halanox up while you're in the bloody tent would be just an absolute pain in the backside. So we'll call that a fail for the Halanox fitting in the GUNYA 1. Okay, so obviously the Cedar Summit, I don't know, it's a Cedar Summit, it's one of those specialised bloody air mattress. I got this. I had the Halanox one first, and that is absolutely bloody fantastic. It's comfortable and all that kind of stuff. I got this so that when we do the gnarly riding and bloody desert stuff, trying to stuff keeps things light. This is fantastic, absolutely fantastic, and it's the thing that I always, this is what I choose to if I'm on the bike, this is what I choose. So, chuck that in there. So as you can see, plenty of room in there for that. I'll get my sleeping bag. Rightio, sleeping bag's in, pillows. So it is quite a comfy, oh not comfy, a cozy, you know, it's for one person to sleep in. Oh, if you can see down there. So let's hop in. All right, so got me boots on. Now if I put them to the side, or with my boots, that's a bit touching there. But yeah, this is pretty sweet. Not much room. Hang on, spin you guys around. So, there you go, hitting, not a huge amount of room either side of you. So I think if I try, hang on a minute, I'm just going to try and shuffle all this stuff over to one side so that it kind of like gives me a bit of room down the sides there. And if I lay down, yeah, so my shoulders are hitting on that when I come over this side, but what the bloody hell am I putting those on for? Yeah, so you'd have a bit of room, but in my two-man tent, you know, I put my boots go in the bloody vestibule, but I would have my helmet and cameras and bloody wallets and all bits and pieces, my jackets and all that kind of stuff. Now, obviously you could put jackets and your pants and all that kind of stuff in here, but it's going to just make it even snugger. If it's cold, that'll be a good thing. But there you go. So hopefully that, guys, has given you a bit of a so that's really good. So I'm 6 foot that doesn't feel like, because a lot of tents you get that where it gets too close to you, and of course down there you can see, but I'm just touching that there, and that's with boots on. So then we wake up in the morning and yeah, look at all that room. That's brilliant. And then of course you got your, once you do your other little flappy thing down, so you'll have all that room in here for all your bits and pieces. So yeah, I'm a little bit bloody excited, and I can't wait till you actually use it on a camping trip, because I haven't actually used it. I'm just looking at the construction, the usability of it and all that kind of bullshit. All right, let's get out. Rightio, so, I've got me a little bloody note here. So in length, it's 210 centimeters long. We're referring to the inside of the tent. The width of it is 80 centimeters wide, and the inside height is 95 centimeters tall. Remember, I'm 6 foot, so you saw I'm not a big bloke. I'm quite a lanky bloke, but I can sit up in that, no worries at all. I suppose if you're 6 foot tall and built like a brick shithouse, like bloody Alistair, I think Alistair would find that too tight. It would be too tight for him. So, and you'd already know that anyway. You would have tested stuff, and that's where you've got to use the 2-man tents for that type of stuff. Right, and we said it was 1.8 kilograms in weight. It's actually 1.95 kilograms. Cool. I told you what the pack down size was. Geez, I need a bloody coffee. I've got a thermos here. I'm gonna have a coffee. We'll have a bit more of a chin wag. So I'll tell you what, coming out, I'm in Bendigo. I'm not far from home, which is Kangaroo Flat. And I've come up what I call, the guys that know who I am, watch my bloody stuff, Big Sister Alley, which I've still got to do that map bloody series on Big Sister Alley. And to get into here, there's actually a main road just up the top there, and there's also like a river race. But to get into here, you've got to come on from that side, and there's a big gully, and it's all a bit, we've had a lot of rain here in Bendigo, and it got a bit muddy. I don't know if you can see on the tyres of the bloody bike there. Got a bit hairy, but I made it. Yes, can you see me pouring me coffee? Oh, that is good. Oh, I made that extra sweet too. So I tell you what, another good thing is these thermoses, and this is the thermos. It's the actual thermos brand. I also bought a 2-litre one, which was for when we do the ramble rides, so that when we pull up at morning tea or lunch or whatever, we've already got hot water ready to go for the guys who want to have a cuppa. Tell you what, I tested it, and it was 24 hours, and the water was still hot. So I poured boiling hot water in. Just sat it there for 24 hours. The bloody water was still hot. Brilliant. All right, what the hell am I rambling on about? So, to pack this down, you saw how easy it was to pack it up. It's bloody simple. This is what I liked about this. Everything was simple. These little, the buckles, all these little buckle bits and pieces, and the vestibule. See, I would never have thought to go with a single tent or a one-man tent, purely from the motorcycle point of view was the gear. But when I found out that this had the vestibule on it, I went, holy shit, I've got to check this out. So I'm very excited. The 2 other tents, I haven't actually pulled them out yet, so I'm hoping that they have all these new upgrades from the older tents, which were great bloody tents. Yeah, so what else can I tell you? That's pretty much it. So if you're after a small, lightweight tent that doesn't cost the earth, I can't remember, I'm going to flash up what the price is. I'm going to guess it's like $179 for one of these tents. That's on my website, which is bikerbits.com.au. They're on that site there, you can purchase them. So you can look at that. I'm being biased in this whole bloody presentation, but the guys that know me know that I don't do that kind of bullshit. We could sell tons of different types of tents, but we've always stuck with the 2 that we've had, the Hauker 2 and the Hauker 3, and now this GUNYA 1 has blown me away. Bloody ripper, I reckon. All right, a bit more bloody coffee, and I'll pack all this bullshit up, jump back on Max the DR650, and go back through all that shit that I just came in. Righto guys, keep on riding, and if you ain't riding, keep on keeping on.